So, next portion, propagation of light. Okay, now what is propagation of light? Propagation means movement. Okay, how does a thing move? Propagate, movement. Now, what is the propagation of light, or how do light move? So, let's look at an example. Think you are sitting in your study room. Okay, and now your mom calls you from the kitchen. Okay, now you are able to hear the voice, right? But are you able to see her? No, you will not be, because the light, unlike sound, will always travel in a straight line. Okay, sound can bend, sound can come through the windows, it can be bending by the doors, it can come to you, but not light. Okay, that's why if you put a light bulb on in a room, the light will only be visible in that room. Okay, the other rooms will be dark. Okay, but if you keep a stereo or a music board on in a room, it will be always resonating in the house. Okay, so what does we get here? We get that light has a rectilinear propagation. What is rectilinear? Rectilinear means straight line. Okay, propagation means movement. So light always travel in a straight line. Okay, next, nature of objects. What is the nature of object? So here we are talking about the nature of objects on the basis of the visibility. Okay, visibility means how can we see light through a surface. Okay, if you can see light through a surface, that's what we are going to learn about the nature of objects. So we classify them into three. We divide them into three types. First one, transparent. Second one, translucent. Third one, opaque. Okay. Now what are these types of objects? Let's look at the definition. Transparent objects. These are the objects, those let the light pass completely. Okay. These will let the light pass through it completely. Okay. You can easily think of the examples such as a glass. Okay. You can see through the glass, right? So glass completely let the light pass through it. Air. We can see things through air, right? Clean water, clean and clear water. Okay, so these things let the lights pass through it. Next comes translucent objects. They will only partially. Okay, partially means a bit. Okay, some amount. Partially, they will let light pass through them partially. Okay, examples are oil paper, wax paper, frost glass. Okay, now it's winter. You can see through the glass in the morning. Okay, it will be frosty. Okay, so the objects on the other side will not be completely visible but partially. Okay. Next comes opaque objects. The objects that do not allow the light to pass through it. Okay, they do not allow opaque objects. Examples are so many examples. Book, metal sheets, wood, cement, the bricks. Okay, anything that does not let the light pass through it comes under opaque objects. Now, if you look at the figure, okay, so this is a glass. Okay, here light comes there and the light rays, all the rays pass through it. It is a transparent one. Here we have a wax paper. Here some of the light reflect back. It doesn't pass through it. Few, see, only few. So this is a translucent object, and here we have a metal sheet. Okay, a metal sheet. Now it will never let the light pass through it. This comes under opaque object. Okay, so these are the division by nature of objects. Next, this is a very important portion. Formation of shadow. What is shadow? Okay, so you know what is shadow. When you put a light on something, on behind of that thing, you can see a dark patch, a black colored structure, right? A dark patch. That is a shadow. Now, exact meaning of shadow is a dark patch that appears when an opaque object is placed in the path of light. What does this mean? Opaque object is an object that does not let the light pass through it. Okay, so if we keep an object like that in front of light, it will form a dark patch. Okay, dark patch, it is known as shadow. Okay, now there are few things about shadow. What are the points about shadow? If you think like that, I am giving a marker over here, the light is coming, and here we can see a shadow. Okay, the thing is that shadow don't give the exact shape of an object. We cannot tell what is the exact shape of an object just by looking at the shadow. So if I keep it like this, okay, you can only see a circle, right? So the shadow will be just a circle. Is it just a circle? No, it is a cylinder. Okay, so shadow will never tell us the exact shape of an object. Next, the size of shadow changes with change in position of the object, screen or light source. This is very important. Okay, what is this? So three things are there. It always depends on three things. First one, light, the light source. If I am keeping a torch and I am moving this torch away and towards, this will change the shape of the shadow. Okay, the size. It may get bigger when it comes closer and it will get smaller when it is away. Okay, same if I change this object. Okay, if it comes towards, it will be bigger. It is taken away, it will be smaller. Also, screen is where the shadow forms. Okay, you have a wall, it can be a screen. If you have the ground, it can be a screen. Where the shadow falls, it's a screen. Now, if the screen is changing, okay, the position, this will also change the size of the shadow. So, these three things are object, screen or light source. Any change in the position of them will change the size of the shadow. And last point, we cannot deduce color of objects by looking at the shadow. You cannot tell the color because the shadow will always be black in color, okay, or the dark gray color. Okay, so you cannot tell which color object is there. Okay, take three balls of different color, green, yellow and orange, okay, or red. Put them in front of a light source and you can see black patches. Okay, there won't be any orange, yellow or green. It will be completely black. So you cannot reduce color of an object. Okay, so this was our chapter light. I hope you enjoyed the chapter.